Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Wanted to do a video today on just my thoughts on the announcements from ICAST 2023. Really, I'm going to touch on three big topics that was kind of unveiled, if you will, at this year's event. So the three I'm going to cover is first and foremost the Native Titan X, which you can make the argument they were kind of the big winner. Second would be Bonafide's SKF 117. Don't have a whole lot of information about that one in particular, just some pictures and some video that they've done. And finally, the Old Town coming out with the EPDL series. So interesting take. I'll kind of give my thoughts on each of those three topics there. But I'll start really with the Native with their Titan X. So the Titan X is going to come in two different models, the 10.5 and the 12.5. The 12.5 is going to come in right at 12 foot 8 inches long. The 10.5 coming in at 10 foot 8. MSRP starting, as of right now, you're looking at $35.99 for the 12.5 and $32.49 for the 10.5. Looks like the cockpit's the same size. You're just going to get a bigger tank well and a bigger nose storage on the on the 12.5. So the 12.5 is going to come in at a 500-pound weight capacity. But the things that excited me most about it, for one, it's the propel drive. So if you're familiar with Native, the propel drive is a marine-grade aluminum, really tough, really rugged. It's one of the most durable pedal drives on the market. A 5-year warranty on that drive as well. A swivel seat, now that is really nice. So this reminds me a lot of the New Canoe 360 Fusion seat. It looks very much like the Millennium seat with the 360 capability. It does have the locking lever, which I thought was a really nice touch. It keeps if you want to stand up and fish, it keeps that seat from kind of spinning, kind of out of your way a little bit. It does lock in the forward and the rear position from what I saw in the video. But another thing too is it's quick release ready. So if you're wanting to do that, the Motor Guide XI3 on the front, you don't have to buy a motor mount plate. You don't have to order it from an aftermarket company. All you got to do is just buy Motor Guide's quick release bracket, bolt it directly to the kayak, and that's really all you got to do. That's phenomenal. Obviously that helps us on the retail side for the installation. We're just bolting a quick release puck to it and then attaching that motor to the puck. All the through hole wiring is really nice, where it's got you got the access plates on the front and back, so you're drilling into those plates. Those plates are fully replaceable, which is nice. So if somebody wanted to sell it or trade it in, they didn't want all the wiring and stuff on there, take it out, get a new set of plates fairly cheaply, put it back on there, you got a brand new kayak. So you're not drilling into your kayak, you're drilling into plates that are replaceable. Another thing too I thought was really neat is an integrated battery box that's inside the hull. That's a little bigger to me, I guess, than some, because if you're putting a lead acid battery or even a lithium battery, that's a pretty good weight capacity on there. You're dipping it down into the boat, so it keeps your center of gravity at a decent level there, and also it still gives you room in your tank well to put your Black Pack Pros, put your dry gear, all of that stuff back there. So kind of a little thing, little hinges swing big doors, I always like to say. That's one of those really small things that I thought was a really neat. The pull-out drawer underneath the seat was really nice. That's going to be very similar to the Bonafide SS series with that little, what we call the junk drawer that comes out. But really nice things from Native. So I'll go ahead and switch over to Bonafide. So Bonafide coming out with the Skiff 11.7, or the SKF. So this is very, say the Hobie Lynx. This is basically like a roto-molded Hobie Lynx, maybe a heavier duty, high-density polyethylene blend on that. So you're going to get a little bit more of a durable kayak that way. It's a flat kayak. I wouldn't quite call it a paddleboard type setup, but it will give you a really good kayak for standing up from fishing. Open deck, which is going to be really nice for you fly fishermen out there that don't like to have stuff on the deck to get your line tangled up in. Looks like you've got the 4-bolt inserts on the back if you want to run your power pole setup or torpedo. The drop-down skeg is really nice. That was huge on the RVR this year, that drop-down skeg. That's really going to help that boat track. But the SS Series seat on there, the high-low option, that's really nice as well. It's a super comfortable seat. To me, that's one of the best seats on the market. And the Bonafides boast the highest seating position in the high position of any kayak as well. I do like the fact that they don't have the gear pod, the removable gear pod on the SKF. We've had some people complain about some hole slapping from that scupper, and also the scupper hole that pod sits in, maybe if you're going over some shoals, getting that hung up on some stuff. So I like seeing that. You do have the transducer mount underneath it, and it's really long, so that's going to accommodate your side scan, your really long transducers, and I'm sure they'll come up with a retractable transducer mount for that as well, because there is some gear track to put your display there right in the middle. But really nice. It looks like the projected MSRP is $1249. Keep in mind, guys, that can change. Again, it's going to fit the 16x16 Black Pack Pro. It's going to you're going to be able to get a 35 quart cooler back there, and you got a lot of standing space. The standing space on the Kayak they're boasting is 32 inches by 20 inches, and a deck size of 15 by 15. So the padded deck keeps you quiet, so you're quiet also while you're walking around on your kayak. You're not banging that drum underneath there. Really nice. I'm looking forward to seeing more information on that as it comes out. And finally, the Old Town EPDL Plus. So this one here, this one hit probably a 10 out of 10 on the coolness factor of the announcement. My only thing on this is I know two manufacturers that tried to do something similar in the E-Drive category. One of them Jackson and one of them Wilderness System. Jackson quit selling their E-Drive, and Wilderness, they sell the Helix Drive, the power. It's just, if somebody's wanting to power something, I feel like nowadays it's the trolling motor market really kind of took that sector over. So if you're wanting to power something or pedal something, you can do it. I don't know anybody that would necessarily want to do both, especially for a $5,999 or a $6,000 price tag. If you're in that Old Town ecosystem and you're an Old Town fan, you're probably very, very excited. And I'm definitely not trying to squash that. But if you're from the outside looking in, just know that pretty much every major fishing kayak out there has the ability to be motorized on the bow and the stern, has the power pole mounts, and a lot of them have pedal drive systems. Your Natives, your Hobies, your Jacksons, and they're all really high end. So how that'll do, it's hard to say. But again, Old Town has a very loyal customer base. I'm sure they're going to like that. It's just going to be interesting. The theory of it is great. It's just going to be interesting to see how the finished product looks and how it performs out there. But I'm sure it's going to do great. We don't carry Old Town specifically. We do see them on trade-ins every now and then. And again, having a combo pedal drive and motorization, kind of interesting, but I also kind of wonder for that price tag, you can definitely get a really nice platform with the XI3 or a Torpedo on it, or get a really nice pedal drive, because they already do the autopilot with the trolling motor built into it. So I'm kind of wondering if they're going to cannibalize on their own product there with this model. So, but anyways, guys, that's what I think. Take it for what it is. Just my opinion, of course. But all three of these are really exciting, very exciting announcements. Again, the Titan X is looking at coming out, starting to ship around mid-September. That's my assumption, is late fall, early winter on Bonafides. And as far as Old Towns, I don't really have the inside information on that personally. So I'm sure they'll, if you have a local dealer, they'll be able to tell you more than I could on that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. What did you guys think? I did a little poll there. It was kind of interesting to see what you guys thought of the three big announcements in the kayaking world, at least for ICAST. Let me know what you think down in the comments. What you're looking forward to, what your concerns are with all three of them, because obviously there's no such thing as a perfect kayak. There may be something that hits the high notes for what you're wanting to do, of course, but always be cautious for somebody trying to sell you that perfect, all across the board kayak with no, all pros, no cons type thing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. And without further ado, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks again.